Hello lords and ladies of Westeros. In this episode, we're going to feature some highlights from the Army of the Dead Season 8 Match 2 SKM Moonstark along with two other alliances. Plus, we're going to show you some tips on how to improve or increase your contribution points even with or without T4 troops. And to do that, one of SKM members will join me to help us understand more about this method in details. He's the Knight Commander of SKM Alliance, Giannis 8U. Hello, Giannis.
Hello, Abu.
Alright, Giannis, before we jump into the game tips, please tell us more about you, like how long have you been playing this game?
I've been playing this game since the beginning when it came out. So that's about 2 years now, I think, and I've had 3 accounts in the time being. So.
How many alliances have you ever been before SKM?
With my other accounts, I like moving around, but with this Giannis 8U account, I really like maybe 2 alliances I've been in, and SKM for far the longest. So, yeah.
Okay, so what is the highest contribution points have you ever reached?
I think I just unlocked T4s and I'm not very strong, but last match I think I had 5.2 million contribution points. So I think that's my highest. Yeah.
That's an awesome achievement, Giannis. So you heard that, lords and ladies. This can be achieved even without T4.
Yes, you can definitely get at least 3.5 million contribution points without T4.
Alright, let's move on into the game guide. My first question is, what do we do to prepare before entering the Army of the Dead event?
Well, first you always put on your battle talents and gear with the focus on 2 troop types. One troop type where you put all your health and defense stats on, along with some attack stats, because that will be your front line you send to the wall. And one troop type with only some attack stats, and that will be your second line. Second, you really have to have your Hall of Faces buff active. It is a very strong buff that gives you a lot of total stats. And you also need to use a 20% total attack buff from set of the 7. And if you have a good castle exterior and you have a level 25 dungeon, you can also capture a high level lord for some extra total attack. So. Well, you also need an army size buff. That's very important if you want to survive along at the wall. If your VIP level is level 12, if you are VIP 12, you can buy those 50% army size buffs for 2.5k diamonds every day, which is very cheap. And otherwise, if you have some in spare, I would definitely advise to use them in this event.
Okay, for the sake of the players who doesn't have T4 yet, please guide us about the lineups of troops to be sent to the wall.
Yes. So what you want to do is make a pre-edited army formation. You can do that if you have unlocked the research for that in the Maester's Tower. Just like I said, you will have one frontline troop type that has all your defense and health stats. And you have one second line with all your attack stats, and you will put 70% of your army size will be frontline troops, and 30% will be second line troops. For example, I put spearmen in front, and my army size is 500k, so I will put 350k spearmen and 150k cavalry. Yes, I will give an example of what I do. My army size is 500k with the buff, and my front line is spearmen, and 70% of 500k is 350k, so I put 350k spearmen, and the rest, the other 150k, will be cavalry, and I put good cavalry and spearmen commanders in my formation as well, along with my dragon. I use Gorel as Lord. It's a very good free-to-play spearman commander.
Okay, that's very clear now. How about if they already have T4 troops?
If you have T4, you can get survive a lot longer at the wall, but it's not a good idea to send only T4 to the wall. You must have a frontline tier 3 buffer, because if you have to heal T4, that's very expensive and takes a lot of speed ups.
All right. Of
So
course.
if you have T4, it's important that from your front line, 70% of that is tier 3, and only 30% of the front line is T4, and your second line can be all T4 if you want it, because they won't die anyway. But for example, for me, with my 500k army size and my spearmen and cavalry, I put 250k tier 3 spearmen, so a lot of buffer, and 100k T4 spearmen, so a lot less, and then all my cavalry, 150k cavalry, will be T4.
Does it have to be
Yeah.
always like this? I mean, what about the timing
Yep.
and other techniques that we can do?
Oh, all right. Yeah. Yep. So in the beginning, it will be like the first 30 minutes won't be that difficult for everybody to stay alive at the wall. But when it starts to get to a higher wave and you're getting kicked out more, especially when you get kicked out in the first or second battle you are at the wall, you need to check if you are being countered by a wave. For example, if I get countered by infantry, I need to quickly retreat my troops and send a cavalry front army to the wall so that they can survive a little bit longer for that wave. So, yeah.
All right. Of course, there are other things to do in this event aside from sending troops to the wall. What other things that we can do to get more contribution points?
Yeah, so a lot of players underestimate how many contribution points you can get by delivering dragon glass in the buildings. I think last match I had around 1 million contribution points just from that. And the most important thing you do when the match begins is first you send your army to the wall, obviously. And then you start joining rallies against rebel camps, and you go start gathering dragon glass with good commanders. And if you just keep doing that and you're never letting your army stand still, you just keep gathering dragon glass and depositing it in the buildings, you can get a lot of contribution points as well.
Yeah, of course, most of us know that the power and strength of the dead army is increasing in each waves. This means we get to lose some of our troops defending the wall on each attacks. So, do we make some changes in the formation or lineups?
Yes, so only it's maybe good if you have a second pre-edited army ready, like for when your front line is being countered, that you can quickly swap them and send another pre-edited army to the wall. And when that wave is over, and you can retreat those troops back and send your original army back to the wall with your best front line and second line. So,
All right, so what do we do if we always lose?
if you really keep on losing every first battle, even if you aren't being countered by the White Walkers, it's maybe best to just sit out a wave and see if the next wave is going to be easier, because there are some waves that are more difficult than others.
Yeah, sad but true, but we must always think that this is a team effort.
Yeah, because if you lose every time the first battle every time at the wall, then you will be slowing the others down from killing that still are able to kill waves. So yeah, I would focus on gathering dragon glass then if you really can't survive at the wall in the end.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna look into some highlights of the most recent game with Janice along with our teammates. Please watch until the end so you'll see exactly what Janice is all talking about, and most importantly, to see how effective these tips are. And here we go.
the Sacred Temple is at level 2, so you can activate your first buff.
Okay, thanks. Hello à vous.
The Sacred Temple is level 3, so don't forget to choose a buff again.
Oh, thanks.
Another buff in the Sacred Temple.
Whoa, 5 millions of troops in the rally of
Anyone else at the wall?
Arrêtez de me casser le moral.
I'm gonna go at the wall.
I think I can get 5 million for this match.
10 seconds.
Go! And you speed us for the rally. And oh.
T'as quand même des points si tu te fais tanner quand même.
Okay, let's see who's first.
Yeah,
we are
probably.
Là j'ai même pas de points à charger. Bon,
Wait, can you see the leaderboard system?
Yeah.
Alright, congratulations Janis for being the best player of the game with a contribution points of 5.1 M. And you have proven how effective your reveal tips are. Any words before we end this tutorial?
Yes, I would certainly advise every mid-tier alliance, like between 5 billion and 15 billion power to do this, because if many of your alliance do this, you can get a lot more waves done and a lot more rewards. So definitely do this if you are a mid-tier alliance.
Alright, thank you very much Janis for sharing us your knowledge. And that'll be all for now. How about you guys? Would you like to share your knowledge or experience in this game? Or would you like to add some ideas that we haven't mentioned in this tutorial that you would like to share to improve our game? I would really love to hear your opinions or suggestions. Just let me know on the comment section below. And if you like this video, just smash that like button to motivate me to do more fun, exciting, and informative videos, and hit that subscribe button to keep you updated with my latest content here on YouTube. I hope you've all enjoyed and learned something from watching this video. That'll be all for now. I'll see you all on my next one. And Janis, would you like to say the last phrase with me? May the 7 be with you.